All right. Well, I don't think you need an introduction, Rose Gracie. I think people know who you are, and you're a friend of the show. We love you. Thank you for coming back on. How are you doing?
My first time, actually. It's not back
Yeah.
on. I've never been here.
Well, not through Skype though. We haven't had you on Skype. People haven't been able to
We
see
can
you.
see you now.
No,
Not to
I
see
You've
your
been on the show
voice.
plenty of times. You've been on the show plenty of times.
really?
At
Yes.
least, yes. You already forgotten?
Are you
We
sure, guys?
Yes.
well, I think Josh and I are easily forgetful, so
Yeah.
it's probably what it is.
So I can't see both of you. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Take a look at what I can't see on your video.
Okay, how about now?
I can see like a quarter of a face, like a poster,
Really?
half Ellie or half Carlos. Dang.
Damn.
Dang. That was
Nice
major
reference.
comparison.
So
You
tough.
see my rose quartz right here?
Yeah, I do.
That's 100 pounds right there. And it has a picture of my grandma Rose here.
Ooh.
Ah.
Happy late Mother's Day, by the way, Rose.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
What
really
did you
happy
do?
to be here.
What
Huh?
did you do for Mother's Day? What did you guys do? How'd you guys
So my
celebrate?
mom actually just moved here. I've lived here for about 24 years. She moved here and she cooked some amazing vegan food for me. So I went there and I had a blast. And it was good to spend some Mother's Day with my mom because I haven't spent Mother's Day with her for like, I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to
Wow.
be able to do that.
And yeah, you're vegan. How's that going for you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Probably I would say one of the best things I've ever done in my life to become vegan.
Is there a reason why you became vegan, or just because?
Yeah, actually there is. First, I have a 19-year-old daughter that's an environmentalist.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always very concerned about the environment. The more she started studying, she realized that, the eating of the meat was causing a big problem because they have the crops, so they got to get ready for the meat. They're destroying the Amazon because of it. So she started really going into more in depth of it. And the more I started learning through her, the more I started getting involved in understanding and how bad it is to eat meat and cheese, how bad it is for your health. I mean, we're not carnivores. You're not looking at a roadkill and going, yummy. I can't wait to get a hold of that.
Yeah.
It's not really what we're supposed to. We don't have teeth for that. We don't have anything. So once I started getting that stuff out of my system, I started feeling a lot healthier. I was already cutting like meats out. Like I would suggest to people that were fighting, getting ready for fights, like get rid of the meat, start eating really lean meats or anything, or completely get rid of it. And they felt a lot better as they were training. So I already knew that, proven inside of my household, that it was making a difference on the diet. But once I started changing, the whole thing I used to eat and I used to feel like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I need to take a little siesta after every meal. That's gone, completely gone.
Wow.
But the beginning was a very hard transition for me, but now I'm used to it. I know what the foods to eat. My body's accustomed to it. And not just that, I know what to buy and not to buy. So it's easy. In the beginning, you're like, what can I eat? And then you realize everything has meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Everything has meat and cheese. So it was really hard in the beginning, but now I'm used to it. And now I'm starting to cut processed foods out. So no soy meat, like just the regular soy, how they buy the blocks of soy. I started cutting that out, trying to cut stuff out because it's all processed food. So it's not really good for you.
Jeez.
Just because it's vegan, it doesn't mean it's healthier. It's just
true.
you got to make good choices when you're having vegan food. Is it hard? Yeah, at the beginning, I thought I was just going to die of starvation. But now I'm more, getting more used to it. So it's funny because we had Denny Prokopoulos here. I don't know if you know Denny's on the diet.
Of course, yeah.
Meats, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his diet, I think it's keto diet, if I'm not mistaken. It's fats and
I think he's doing the keto. Yeah.
So we go out and, I'm like, the vegan, he just looks at me like he's super cool about it, but he came to spend the night here. And in the morning, I was like, dude, I'm going to make you some vegan eggs. And I'm like, are you going to die if I give you a vegan breakfast? He's like, no, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to die. And then I was like trying to scramble here to make him some vegan food. And some stuff he didn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. But the other things, he was like down for it. He liked the vegan bacon. I got him that.
Wow. That's
like,
crazy.
It's not too bad. But yeah, I need more food than this.
That's crazy.
And then it was really funny because we went to, I think it was the day he was here for Abu Dhabi. And then he left a bunch of meats in here and I took it to the tournament with me and I was like, this is these dead animals that he forgot in my fridge.
Oh, jeez.
And then I just gave it away to somebody else in there because I couldn't get a hold of him. But it was funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's funny, like I noticed some of my friends, they're all meat eaters. And I noticed that they're making like a true effort. Not just that because they don't have an option when they're eating with me. Like if they're eating in my house, for sure it's going to be vegan.
Yeah.
But for, I think it was some holiday that we had not long ago. What was it? Easter.
Easter.
I cooked at Victor Davila's house, and I made a non-vegan, whole meal non-vegan. So they were super stoked. I was like, see, I can make it.
Wow.
I could do it. It was funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you dealing with the because Brazilian cuisines are really meat heavy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's got to be tough for you.
Heavy. Like the Gracie diet, it's like everything with cheese.
Yeah.
So it's like apples and bananas with cheese, watermelon and cheese. Everything has cheese. So it's really. I remember a while back, my brother had cut out cheese from his diet, and then he don't, and he was telling me how he was cutting it out. I'm like, how are you gonna survive, dude?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And now I have completely cut it out. So
it's awesome.
Now, how do you feel about hunters? Because there's people that go out there and just kill, animals in the wild who just live off the land.
I feel about hunters the same way I feel about people that murder other people and go to jail. So I think, should they all be arrested? Yeah. But I have a lot of friends. Hoyce is a major hunter, and he loves throwing it in my face how he loves to hunt. And I go, okay, I'm vegan. Well, I like eating all the meat that you don't eat. I was like, good for you, buddy. Like,
but don't you think that it's more healthy, like to kill that way or to eat meat that way?
I don't think you need to be killing anything. Like, for what reason? Yeah. It's like, okay, you want to kill it, go do your thing, whatever. But it's not I don't think animals are food. I think they're my friends. I don't look at it. If you see the suffering and the whole thing, if slaughterhouses were made out of glass, you wouldn't see anything because there'd just be blood splatter everywhere.
Yeah. Jeez.
People are like, if you saw what happened in there, you wouldn't eat me. But honestly, the way they treat the animals is just something disgusting.
Right.
And should not be. It's very nice and easy when you go to the market, drive your little nice sports car, and you drive in there, and you just go in the aisle with your little cart looking all good, and you get the little meat packed thing, and you put it in your cart, and you're going to make that with lots of onions, and delish. But if you really knew where that came from and the process that it goes through it, then maybe you would change your mind a little bit. You know?
So I know you have your hands in all things jiu-jitsu. What's going on with the Gracie Worlds?
Yes.
Any news?
So I'm doing the Gracie Worlds at the end of August. Nice. So it'll be EBI rules. Yeah, I'm really excited, looking forward to, because it's the only one I'm doing this year. Okay. I'm not really into doing the tournaments as much. It's a little overwhelming. It's a lot of work that's put into it, but it's just not where I don't feel like it's where my heart is 100%. Yeah. And I know I got so many messages from competitors like, yeah, it's the only tournament I compete. And then I'm like, yeah, there were some guys that were literally following me around everywhere I went. So
not us.
It was really important to have one. So I decided to do one a year. I feel comfortable with that. It's not overwhelming for me because it's not really, I'm not in the business of running tournaments. It's just, there's other things that I'd rather do with jiu-jitsu that I feel they're more important to me, as a human being, as an individual, to do for jiu-jitsu than running the tournaments. The tournaments was an idea because I wanted to implement submission-only rules, and that was accomplished. So once that was accomplished, it kind of feels like, what else? I always want to go for more and do something that because I feel like I'm in the position that I can help the sport so much. So it's very important for me to be able to constantly be pushing that envelope of whatever nobody else is doing it, to be able to do it and push it and move it forward,
Yeah, and right now I think the interest of jiu-jitsu is at the top of the game. People are really interested in it, especially with EBI and all submission tournaments are really popular. But now, Eddie Bravo brought in the whole combat submission. Yeah. And so, like, your thoughts about that, and do you see that, kind of taking over the game of jiu-jitsu?
I think combat jiu-jitsu is, I would say to you guys that combat jiu-jitsu to me is literally the rebirth of jiu-jitsu. The real, like, Elliot Gracie jiu-jitsu and Carl. Like, if you saw when I was watching those matches, my face was literally like, I couldn't even believe it. It was so beautiful to watch. And I had seen some of the combat jiu-jitsu matches before in the cage, and it didn't really, like, sink into me as beautifully as it did when it was at an EBI stage. I thought that was just beautiful to watch. And that the whole time I was just literally beyond myself happy. And I was talking to Victor the whole time. And I was like, dude, can you believe this is happening right now? This is crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the Gracie Worlds in August, where would that be taking place? Where can
it's at the Anaheim Convention Center in Anaheim, California. Yeah, you guys are like,
we'll be there.
Close by.
Yeah. I passed some of the dates that I had from the Fit Expo to the IBJJF. Nice. Although they run a different rule set, they are definitely by far the most organized and professional organization out there. So I try to hooked the expo up with a couple of different smaller organizations in jiu-jitsu, and it was just a complete disaster. So I literally said, you know what? I'm gonna call them. And I'm gonna get this done like the right way. So when I connected them with the IBJJF, it was like night and day. Tudo que vocês falam e tudo que esse Pablo faz, vai escutar aqui 10 vezes pior na entrevista inteira. Porta, cristal, caralho todo. Vocês têm que ir para outro quarto.
That was you telling your friend that this show is a great show and we're your best friends.
That's me telling these guys that they're moving stuff, dropping bats, doing everything here, and what I've already told them, complete silence. That post right there in the middle too, which wasn't good in Portuguese.
Yeah. Now going back on the Fit Expo, are you still heavily involved at the Fit Expo? Because Josh and I love going there. It's like
yeah, actually,
Costco.
I'm more and more involved with the Fit Expo in a sense of doing more stuff for them at a different level.
Right.
So I'm doing kind of starting like the kids area. I don't know if you guys knew that. Like I didn't have a babysitter, so I started a little kids area. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, it would be next to the tournament. Yeah, I would see that.
Yeah, and then what happens is that once that started, it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I had to make a conscious decision, say, okay, this is a huge opportunity for the expo. It is a family place where a lot of families go, but there's not really anything open to the kids, like just specific for kids.
Yeah.
So by bringing some of these kids things for them to do, it started creating a whole new wave in there and a whole new vibe that, hey, this is a kids area too. There's a kids part. And the expo really loved that idea. So now I make it into more like going towards more of a fitness area instead of the Play-Doh that I was doing in the past. I'm going to more fitness. So bringing some of the little, customers or products there are actually not customers, but companies and products that are actually, doing stuff for children to be a place where they can just, parents can look at stuff for themselves, but also look into what's available for their children in the terms of fitness and the fitness aspect of life for them. So. Yeah, and the Fit Expo loved that idea. They thought that was
awesome. I think it brings some vegan snacks for the kids.
That is like one of the mandatory things. I don't even mess with it.
Vegan cookies.
The first question I ask, is it vegan? Before I even touch it. My second question is always like, what's the sugar content in and any artificial colors and flavors? So I'm always looking for those things.
That's why you look good, Rose. That's why you look good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you know if you eat white rice at a restaurant, most of the times it's not vegan?
I did not know that.
Damn. Hey, Rose, you need to be our guide to food.
Yeah, because they use chicken bouillon to make the rice taste better.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So then by doing that, they add food coloring and they add the chicken.
You know too much, man. You know too much.
Spoil it
Dude,
for us.
start digging and asking. Start really looking at it, what you're putting in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're going to be mortified.
Yeah.
You're becoming like Eddie Bravo, but for food, not conspiracies.
Yes. I just thought about him too because I got a plane from Chicago over here this week, and I was on the plane. I had never seen it. I saw one of those chemtrail planes right on the plane. I could see the whole thing, and I was like, "Dang! I wish I had gotten a picture of that for Eddie from up above. I could see the whole thing."
He'll love that.
He'd have been like, "Oh
shit!
Oh shit! Are you kidding me? That's crazy."
That's pretty good.
He's hilarious. So what do you got? So is this always live? Your guys' show is always on video now, or is
well, we like to incorporate the video aspect to the show. So if people
can the people see you, or they can only
they can see us. No, they can see us. Yeah, I think because you have it on your phone.
I text you. Remember I texted you one time an interview with me and John, and then with us and Sarah McMahon, and he said these guys should cut away with the split screen.
Cut away?
Like cut away with the split screen. And I think he told me that. I think that.
Yeah. So you're gonna be on split screen.
I'm gonna be on split screen.
You're gonna be on split screen.
Yeah.
Did I say for you guys to do that? Was that it?
Yeah. You said no. You said not to do it.
You said not to do it. You told me that.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't know any other better way to do it. So.
You haven't figured out a better way to do it?
Not yet.
Just do FaceTime.
Yeah.
But your camera has to be like flipped because, I should take a picture of what I see here.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to make mostly of the shows, right? I see you at EBI. I saw you at Combate.
We'll be at the next EBI too. MMA, Jiu-Jitsu.
Kickboxing.
Kickboxing. Whenever Glory's in town, we usually go to them.
Very interesting.
Hopefully
That's
some
cool.
pro wrestling too. Hopefully some pro wrestling.
I like to do some pro wrestling. Yeah.
Pretty. I'm gonna let you ask the question because obviously I took over.
Yeah, no. Okay, so EBI. Talk about EBI too because I know you have a little bit of involvement with EBI too. That one's coming up. You got the all women's EBI coming up.
For that. I cannot wait for EBI.
How excited are you for that one?
It's gonna be. I think that's gonna literally. I'm so excited for that. I can't even tell you.
And is that one combat jiu-jitsu too? Is it combat?
They're gonna have a 4 women combat jiu-jitsu ordeal there, and then I think they have 2 or 3 girls already set for it, but I think they're working on a 3rd or a 4th one, I believe. I can't even tell you how excited I am for the ladies to be doing this show. Yeah. I think it's probably gonna be my favorite one for sure.
Yeah, and I heard that
Kira Batara is doing it. That would be really cool.
I don't know if she is. Yeah.
I'm not sure if she is. I think Lila is doing for sure. I don't know other girls. I really haven't looked at the list. I'm gonna spend the day tomorrow at their studio, so I'm pretty sure I'll get all the information about it tomorrow, which would be really exciting. And then the end of this month, right now, we're going to my cousin Colleen. Kawan and Colleen are Hickson's daughters.
Okay.
And they just opened. They're opening up a gym in Yakima. You know where Yakima is?
No, I don't know where Yakima is. No. How far is that from LA?
Find out.
You're going to find out.
I think it's Washington. So we're going to go up north. It's in Washington.
I was seeing Mexico.
They're opening like a state-of-the-art facility over there. So we're all going. The whole family's coming. And we're all camping. And I'm not a big fan of camping. Like, that's not really my forte.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 mandatory things. One, I don't want to have to watch kids. So the kids, whatever they're doing, they're going to be doing their thing. And the adults have to be. So as long as you guys have plenty of sitters for the kids and activities for them, I'm good to go. So I think we're all camping. So a bunch of people in our family is coming. And I think my Uncle Hickson is doing a seminar there too on the Saturday. Awesome. So we arrive Wednesday and we stay there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I come back Monday.
Wow.
And we're taking the kids. I think it's going to be really exciting for them. So they can do like the little fire pit things and whatever. And then the grand opening of the gym. It's going to be I would say probably one of the most beautiful gyms. And some of the pictures that I saw, I'm like, wow, my head is not even there. And I think I have a really nice gym. That gym is like putting me to shame right now.
What are they calling the gym?
My game. It's Gracie North.
Gracie North? Okay.
Yeah, it's in Yakima. Yeah. And it's a small town, so which is really, really cool, you know. And just to have like a facility like that in a small town, it's going to be crazy. And Kawan, one of my cousins, is going to be teaching, I think, yoga and stretching classes and all that stuff. And I think the black belt that's teaching over there, that's going to be teaching right now, it's Mateos, the one that was in San Francisco with Payo. Mateos, I forgot his last name. Mateos Andrea. I think that's his last name. Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool. And then Jean-Paul is having his pro debut, if I'm not mistaken. It might be amateur, but it might be. No, it's not his pro debut. I think it's his amateur. And he's having his fight at the end of the month, too. This month, and I think on the 28th, which I'm really looking forward to. I really like that these kids are going and kind of already doing their things. It's really, really fun. Because I'm in a little bit older generation, so being able to see that, you know, all this, like opening their gyms, doing their fights, going on with their careers and their moves is really cool.
Yeah.
Warms my heart.
Well, speaking of kids, I know like at one time EBI had those, special attractions with the kids. And I know it stopped because I think a girl got injured in one of the tournaments. Is that going to be brought back or is that done completely?
I think there's a possibility that it could be brought back because if we see talent, like if they see talent in somebody, I think they want to bring it back. I think the EBI is getting so big right now. Like people from all over want to see it. You know, all my friends in Brazil know about it. So I think there's so many weight divisions to be handled because back they used to do it like on the first couple of shows, they did 2 weight divisions in one show. Now they're doing 1 weight division in a show. So there's so many weight divisions that need to be covered alone. It's kind of hard. And as they're doing that, it's going to be kind of hard to be bringing in. And then I think the attention will be probably a little bit more to combat jiu-jitsu rather than bringing kids to compete. Although I think it would always be a platform for anybody that's really good to go in and kind of like their come out party will be at EBI. So that's one of the greatest things about it because it's giving them a platform that they didn't really have it anywhere else. And I like the business practices, the way they do business, the way they handle themselves, the way they take care of the athletes. They're always their main concern is the athlete. So you know, I have a little job at EBI. I do little goodie bags for them, and the guys really like it. And I know that Eddie and Victor, like, they're like, just go for it and make it the best possible for them. They always have that mentality, and I like it because it's kind of how I am too. So it fits really well, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of the other tournaments have kids in them. It's just I think to get broadcast and to get that exposure, there's not a whole lot of tournaments out there that give them that exposure.
Definitely not. I think EBI is opening a lot of doors for a lot of people, even with the women. To have an all women event like that, it's like incredible. And I think it's still not as crazy busy as the men, but I think they deserve the same respect, and they should have it because there's a lot of really talented gals out there. They're not getting the spotlight on them. So there's, you know, we're always looking for the talent, because we're all promoters. We're running jiu-jitsu events. We're doing our own things, but we're always looking for the talent in jiu-jitsu, the hidden people, the people that are not really getting a spotlight on, to try to bring them to light and then help them make this into their careers. So NEBI is doing a fantastic job with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I think that the girls now are being viewed differently now because, you know, like you look at MMA, I think the girls fight better than the guys a lot of times. So I think the women's sports in general are getting more respected nowadays than maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. They should. It's with everything in the workplace, you know, even in like in my position. Sometimes back in the days, my opinion was like, what are you talking crazy? You're a woman talking about this stuff?
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, homie, step aside, Junior. You don't know what you're talking about. This
Damn.
is what the deal is.
Damn. Latina coming out.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, there are definitely, I would say, the best event out there to showcase the new talents coming up in jiu-jitsu. I mean, if one of my kids ever should decide to compete, that's definitely where they would be starting somewhere. Would probably be EBI. Yeah. I think Gracie Worlds gives them a little platform to be able to get there, and I know the black belts and some of the winners from Gracie Worlds will automatically get an entry for EBI, which is really cool too. So it gives them that little, I'm getting ready for it, and then going. But those guys are so talented. I mean, it's a tough competition there. It's not something that you kind of pull it out of, nowhere. You really got to be aware of it, and you really got to be aware of your surroundings and all the different, styles that are out there. You really get exposed to that in a really good way. Because some people train a certain type of jiu-jitsu, but they don't know anything about 10th planet jiu-jitsu. Or they, train, more into the combat jiu-jitsu, but they don't pay any attention to the sport jiu-jitsu. So everything you have to be aware of all of it that's around you. And that's a really good place that's going to tell you and set you apart, the little boys from the real big deals,
Yeah. So let the fans know where, what's coming up next in the next couple of months. Where should they be looking to? What tournaments are coming up and what you're involved in?
I know EBI is the end of July.
Yeah.
And Gracie Worlds is the end of August. So Gracie Worlds, you can go to gracieworlds.com. End of August, Anaheim Convention Center. I think EBI is at the Orpheum Theater this time.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they like the Orpheum Theater a lot. I love the Orpheum Theater.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
No more Armani.
No more Armani.
Poor Armani.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, that place, I do like the layout, the setup.
The layout was nice.
I like it. It's very small backstage, smaller than the Orpheum Theater, so it's a little tough to kind of move around for the guys to work out and whatnot. But yeah, the Orpheum Theater is definitely the favorite. I think it has established itself as EBI's home. So everywhere else we're kind of going to the step parents' home once in a while. So depends on the dates that happens. But I know they're doing November. I know October. Another one is coming up. So there's gonna, I think there's gonna be one full combat jiu-jitsu coming up. And there's one. I think it's an absolute one they're doing in the end of the year. Yeah. And I know they're doing 155 pounders over there too.
Awesome.
So there's a couple weights that I know they're certain. I think they're doing in Mexico too.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yes, I think it's in Cancun, if I'm not mistaken. I know. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do it in a vacation. Vegan
alcohol.
Yeah, you can walk on the streets drinking alcohol in there for sure.
Damn. All right, Rose. Well, it was a pleasure, coming on. When you coming on
Thanks,
the show.
Guys, for having me.
Yeah, it was always great, talking to you and your family as well. We're in the fans. They can find you on social media and maybe plug in some of your next coming events or dates.
Well, you did. She got the.
I did. Gracie Worlds.
Yeah. Do you like people following you on social media? I know you're pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't. Honestly,
That's a no.
I'm starting to not believe in social media anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get sick of it. The only person I'm really paying attention right now is my daughter Stephanie, that's in Japan doing an
Yeah.
internship there,
That's right.
and that's pretty much the only one I'm paying attention to in
And
social
MMA
media. Yeah, but I have
Complex.
social media. It's not hard. It's my name, so it's not too difficult to
Yeah.
find. But yeah,
Okay.
hopefully I'll see some of these guys competing Gracie Worlds this year because it'll be the only one of the year.
Ooh, nice. All right,
All right,
Rose.
guys. Thanks for having
All right,
me.
take care. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye. Bye.